File, set project. Okay, desktop project 5. Where's my project 5?
Why do I smell
Okay,
cigarettes?
it's I'm screen recording for Miranda.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Listen.
File, open scene. Click on that. Open that up. Hit, open. Don't save. Continue. Okay. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. Nah. Okay. So for the bread. Alright. Let's click on that first. Check the attributes. Go all the way down. Okay. Here's my surface. So yeah. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, get the bread JPEG, which I believe is within this. Is it a source image? Yeah, so right here. So you have to take this image and you have to plug it into the, well, of course, after you assign a new surface. So go here, click there, and of course, plug it in. It's better if it's within the source images folder and not from your desktop. So just that might cause an issue. That may cause an issue. So after you plug it in, go up to attributes, uh, RenderMan, add texture control, and after you uh, wait, yeah, texture controls, add texture controls. Okay, so making sure. You scroll down, you should see RenderMan after you've done those steps. Which in that case, you have to then linearize the RGB. After you linearize it, whatever you want to. Okay, so let's just go back to the bread. Now, for the bump, you have to, of course, make that in Photoshop. That's my bump right there. Make sure, again, that the bump is located in the source images along with the diffuse JPEG. After you upload um, the bump into here, uh, that's pretty much it. Now, if it appears black, your shadow, or you have to locate the diffuse. You have to locate the bread, whatever you named it. I just decided to call mine diffuse bread surface. So just wait. Let me take out my mouse. I don't have my mouse. All right. So okay, let's just right click, graph network, and let's see what we got here. Just zoom in. So right here, the bump. Just click on that, and you're gonna see bump value, bump depth. You don't touch the value, just focus on the depth. And this is what I set for mine, for my bread. And in all honesty, it actually came up pretty nice. So let's just click on IPR, give that a second. Just give it a little while. You should see, um, yeah. So just, yeah. Make sure, yeah. make sure your bread diffuse and bread bump are here. So you see I adjusted my bump depth to 0.08 or 0.080, whatever you want to call it. And you'll see I got a little darkness here and there, but that's what you have to do. So if it's because if it's black here, like a solid black, which I had earlier, that was my issue in the beginning, then yeah, you're gonna have to mess with the bump depth. Well, first go in Photoshop and make sure that your I don't know if you could see it, but the bump, make sure it looks something like this. Not something like that. Yeah. And I mean, my bread honestly looks pretty realistic. Looks, like Italian bread you'd buy at Publix or something. And for the cutting board, well, first let me just stop IPR, so that doesn't give me any issues. Okay, so let's close out of here, and I'll just hide that. We don't need that on the screen. Okay, so let's go to the cutting board, and let's see. Yeah, I didn't do a bump. I just did a diffuse. So let me see. What was my sample? Okay, so I think this is this the wood? Yeah, I think that's the wood. So I just looked up wood texture, got this. Now I went into Photoshop, and in all honesty, I really didn't need to. I kind of realized that afterwards, but I just put it in Photoshop, and when I saw that I didn't really need to do much, I just saved it as a Targa. In all honesty, that's all I did. But whether you have a Targa or a JPEG, just make sure. Oh, wait a minute. I think there was an issue in which it had wrapped around. I'm starting to remember the issue now. Yeah, it had wrapped around. I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna go back and I'm not gonna start it over, but I'm just gonna show you what things you may have to check out. So for the cutting board, it's just very simple. But yeah, make sure you have a reference for it, because the last thing you want is for the teacher, or teachers to just give you hell over something so simple. Yeah. So what is this? I think here it is. I just called it Woody. Don't know why, but I just did. So go to Graph Network. And let's see, what was it that I had to deactivate? Because there was actually a bit of a repeating pattern, and I did not know why until I think it was it here? Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Okay. Wrap V. That's good. Keep the repeat at 1 here and 1 here. The mistake was I had put a 4 here and I believe a 3 here, and that's why I was getting this weird looking checker pattern. Yeah, no, the only time you should be messing with these is when you're messing with the brick wall and possibly the pillar. And I just looked up a stucco texture, looked up a quick pillar reference, and for this right here, I just did a diffuse, not a bump. But then again, though, it all really depends on your reference as well as the distance. And since this isn't really in the camera's face, you have to ask yourself, does it need a bump or not? But this is much closer, so this needs a bump. And this, like I said, I just put in a just a regular old you know, diffuse, and just make sure that the repeat is set to 1, you know, and of course just have it wrapped so it looks good. And yeah, that's how you go about with the bread and the cutting board. Um, I'm going real simple for mine. I would put in scuff marks and some wear and tear on the table or the cloth, which I still have to do. The table, the you know, the cloth, the chairs, you know, as and even the cheese, but and of course the knife and handle. But that's gonna be probably take me less than an hour to get all that stuff done. But yeah, so hopefully this helps. Share this with Lindsay. Um, you know, if she needs it still. But yeah, take care and have a good night.